Why small companies fail to get value from the data. This is a company investing in data, new tools, new data analyst, and building a dashboard from scratch. And this is the same company 12 months later with zero return. This is not a rare story. I see it constantly. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why it keeps happening and what to do differently before it happens to you. My name is Manish. I'm a freelance data analyst and I work with growing companies to fix the data systems. The question that I get asked most often is, we invest in data and it's not working, why? The answer is almost never the tool or the analyst or the dashboard. It's something that happens before any of that. Let's get into it. The first reason is scale. Data is more valuable at scale. If you only have 50 customers, the data is not going to reveal you anything that you already know. You already know your best client, you already know what's working and what is not. And here is where it gets more dangerous. When your data set is small and it is presented as a percentage, the tiny changes might look like a massive trend. A 50% increase might sound significant, but it just went from 20 to 30. That is a noise and not an insight. Reacting to that will cost you. The honest question before investing in data should be, do I actually have enough data for the pattern to mean something? If the answer is no, please wait and fix the other part of the business first. Come back to data when you have scale for it to tell something real. Reason 2, wrong order. This is the most common mistake I see and it causes the expensive failures. Companies go to the data first and then try to figure out what questions to ask. And it should be another way around. You start with a specific business question, a real decision you want to make, and then go to the data for the answer. Let me give you a real example. A small e-commerce company, 10 people working, and 18 million in annual revenue. Sales were declining. They bought a data person to fix it. He spent 6 months building an entire data system, everything connected, everything running, and looks incredible. And then he realized they had no idea what questions they wanted answered. They ended up with a dashboard covering all products, weekly trends, daily trends, monthly comparison. They never acted on a single number. 3 years later, their revenue dropped from 18 million to 8 million. All that investment, all that time, and the business got even worse. Here is the question that you must ask before any of it started. What decision are we actually trying to make? If the answer is not clear before you build anything, stop, get the answer first. Reason 3, data in separate boxes. Most companies keep their data separated from each other. Marketing in one place, sales in other, and operation in somewhere else. But the real insight, the one that actually changes the decision, comes once when you bring it together. Your customer data combined with sales data and combined with marketing data tells you whether you are reaching the right person or not. None of them is visible when each team only looks at their own numbers. What companies actually have is 1 or 2 resources joined together, used it for a high level presentation. Half the story is dressed up like a full picture. Reason 4, gut feel wins. Sometimes data do not support what leadership actually believes and they are too proud to let the ego feel go. I know of an investment fund that lost money for years because the person running the strategy was not convinced his model worked. Every proper analysis showed it did not, but he blamed the analysis and the losses continued. And here is even the darker version of it. Sometimes business do not ignore their data. They used to build a case for a decision that they already made. They go look for the number that confirm what they wanted to. That is not a data-driven decision making. It is a gut feel with a dashboard built on top. If leadership is not genuinely prepared to act on the uncomfortable answer, the data will not help you. It will cost you money. Reason 5, moving too fast. Early stage companies change decisions constantly. New products, new market, new strategies, every quarter. Data needs some time and consistency to provide reliable signal. By the time the meaning pattern emerges, the business has already pivoted. The result is a set of dashboards that claim to show which direction you are heading, but in reality, they are always described where you were and not where you are. If this is where you are right now, that is fine, but be honest about it. Use data slightly at this stage, build the habits, and then come back to the full data systems when the business has been more stable. Reason 6, data by itself is worthless. This one ties everything together. Data is a mirror. It shows you what happened and it will not fix you anything. It does not tell you what to do next. That part requires a leadership with clear questions, the willingness to hear the uncomfortable answer, and the discipline to actually act on what they find. If the leadership is committed to a direction, they will continue with it even when the data says otherwise. So before you hire another data analyst or a tool or build another dashboard, ask yourself this one question: what specific decision I'm going to make, and am I genuinely prepared to act on it? If you cannot answer that clearly, please save your money. No tool in this world will fix the business that is not ready to listen what the data is telling it. This is the first video in this channel. I'm going to make content every week. If this video resonated with you, drop a comment below and tell me which these of 6 reasons felt more similar to your situation. And if you want to stay connected, find me on LinkedIn. I'm Manish Telagar. I post stuff every week and I always reply. See you next one.